Edson, how's it going? Curious, this is your first time down to 145, man. How are you feeling during the weight cut? How has this whole process been getting down, 10 more pounds than normally?
Uh, I do the same thing I do when I make 155, but I start 10 pounds lighter. The same feeling. Just a couple more hours. It's the same feeling when I make 155.
Yeah. And what was the decision to drop down to 145? Because at 155, you were never really looked as a guy that was small in that weight class.
Yeah, no, I was dropped because I feel, I work for UFC almost 10 years, I really need some new challenge, not for my career, but for myself, and I make a choice together with my team. Yeah, I think that's the best choice. Drop 145 for look for some new challenge.
Yeah. And when you say new challenges, like what exactly are you looking for at 145? Is it maybe to like refresh your career a little bit, maybe some different matchups because you have fought most of the people at 155? What exactly are you looking for?
Exactly, like I said, it's a new challenge. I fought some new guys. I don't fight the people want the other guys for 155 because the most pipes say no to fight me 155. I always open to fight everybody in the top 10, but it's get hard to fight the people 155 because I fought most those guys, and in 145 I'm new. I fought nobody 145, and I'm very excited. I feel that's a new beginning for me.
Yeah. And lastly, what challenges do you think Dan Ige presents? And if you come out victorious on Saturday, where do you think that puts you in the division? Because you are a big name dropping down, so usually that helps out as far as rankings is concerned.
I'm so happy. First, I'm so happy to FC always give me some big challenge. Some UFC give me a chance to fight against the best guys in the world. And it's the top 15, man. You talk about the top 15 in the world. He's one of the best. And I feel if I beat him, definitely for my history in UFC, I have more than 22 fights in UFC right now, 23, my 23rd fight in UFC. If I beat him, definitely I deserve the top five. And I have three more fights in my contract, man. I hope UFC, after this one, if I win, give me a top five, you give me a chance for the title shot.
Thank you, Edson. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, next we'll go to Damon Martin with MMA Fighting. Damon, go ahead.
Appreciate you taking the time. Obviously, this move down to featherweight, surprised a lot of us just because you've always been such a good lightweight and never seemed like you were giving up that much size. Would you say this move to featherweight is permanent, or is it still an experiment, just seeing how it goes, this Saturday?
Let's see how they go. You never know, especially right now. But my goal right now is stay 145. But I'm a fighter, man. I'm hoping to fight 155. Depends if somebody give me some big names. You know, the people. There's not much guys I fought in 155. Give me one of those guys. Why not? I'm a fighter, man. I don't care. Or maybe go to 170. I don't care, man. Whatever UFC give me, I'm ready.
And Edson, back in March, you had put out the message about, requesting your release from the UFC. And then right after that, we heard about a rumor of the Josh Emmett fight. I know that never ended up coming together. Now you got Dan Ige. What is your relationship with the UFC right now?
I think the relationship is good because UFC give me a fight, On that time, I asked to left because I was so excited, so ready to fight. I asked to fight in December. That's crazy, I'm ready to fight in December, January, February, March, and there's no fight. I was, come on, if you don't have a fight, just let me live, let me go to working, for another company. But I think the reality, I scream for a fight, I really want to fight. I still love my job. I still love every moment, every second for my job. And like I said, I feel it's a little bit. I don't really ask it to left. I just ask for fight.
And obviously, Dan Ige is a great challenge. We've seen what he's done lately on his win streak. But when you look at the featherweight division as a whole, do you see a lot of intriguing matchups for you there? I mean, I think people immediately would look at fights like Max Holloway and some of the other fights that are out there and imagine you in those scenarios and say, those would be great fights. Is that exciting to you as well, just to think about all the potential matchups you could face that would be new fights?
Yes, of course, man. You say a couple names, like I imagine it. Me against Holloway, me against, Zumbi Korea Zumbi, me against, I don't know, all the top 5 guys. Imagine it's going to be a great fight, great war. That's making me very excited, working hard to come down to this division.
Last question, Edson. We know this fight's going to take place without an audience, without a crowd. You're one of those guys who famously has a lot of sound effects in your fights anyways, thanks to your leg kicks. How is it preparing for that part of it? Is it weird? I mean, obviously, you fought with smaller audiences, bigger audiences, things like that. But how do you think you're going to approach that? Will it change anything in terms of your approach to the fight? Are you looking forward to it? Like, how do you feel about fighting with no audience?
Yeah, it's gonna be different, but I work a lot. I feel like in my training, I train like that with not much people around, and it's gonna be different definitely because I love, I really love the people outside because, like you said, every time I throw something like a crazy noise, everybody outside, whoa, oh, it's making me, more motivated to keep you hurt the guy. It's gonna be different, but I think, but at the same time, you go in the cage, just me, my opponents, and the referee is not changing. It's gonna be the same.
Thanks, Edson.
Thank you.
Next, we'll go to James Lynch with the score. James, go ahead.
You talked about the cut to 45. Did you do a test cut before? Like, did you try and already make the weight already just to see if you could actually make it?
No, not really. But UFC give me a long time to train very light. Like I said, I just, I was, like I said, when I dropped from 55, if I had cut 10 pounds to 145, just stay 10 pounds lighter. And I feel the same thing. Weight's going down and I feel great. I really feel great.
Was there any difference in the camp, whether it was diet or maybe running a little bit more? How have you, shed those extra 10 pounds, or how are you going to do that?
No, I it's my fight, my real fight to keep my weight high. I'm a healthy guy, man. I never did diet in my life because I eat clean my whole life. And you guys never see me off shape. Never, my whole life. Because I was a professional, man. I do everything right all the time. It's so easy for me, drop for 145 because, like I said, I do everything right.
Who did you get to work with for this camp? Because we know a lot of the training camps, it's with smaller groups now. So who are some of your training partners?
Yeah, I train in American Top Team. You have 1,000 options in American Top Team. That's why American Top Team is the best team in the world. Yeah, I have a lot of guys help me on this camp, and I'm more than ready for this fight.
Absolutely. Was there anyone you worked with a little bit more, or was it just a variety of training partners?
Like I said, every time he brings some training partner different, it's good for me because if you train more than one time with some guy, who's coming. Every time he's try to change a little bit, but yeah, I'm ready.
And you talked about challenges at featherweight. One of the things with Dan Ige, he's never been finished in his career. Do you look at that as a challenge that really excites you, potentially being the first fighter to finish him?
Yes, definitely. He's a great fighter, man. You're talking about he's a top 15 heavyweight in UFC. He's one of the best. Definitely, I'm so thankful to always put myself against the best guys in the world.
And Damon referenced there a potential fight with Josh Emmett, that there were some rumors floating around with that. Was that ever something that was offered to you? Was that matchup ever something on your radar?
Yeah, he's talked to me about this fight. I'm always open for fight, I don't know what happened, but I'm always open for that fight. When my manager called me, I say yes, of course, anytime. But I don't know what happened.
And then last question, where do you feel like a win over Dan Ige would put you? Because he's got a really nice winning streak heading into this fight. And I would imagine that's going to put you, nice in that top 10 as far as the featherweight division goes.
Oh man, if I win and fight against him, like you said, he's coming with a lot of straight wins, and I think for my history in UFC, for everything I make for UFC, for more so close to 10 years work for UFC, I think if I win this fight, I deserve a top 10 and a top 10 on top 5. Really deserve and get the title shot. My dream is still the same, be a UFC champ.
Appreciate the time, Edson.
Thank you.
Next, we'll go to Alistair Bishop with MMA Republic. Alistair, go ahead.
Thank you. Edson, how are you, sir, firstly?
Very good. How are you, sir?
Fantastic. Sending lots of regards from South Africa. Edson, just a technical look at a guy like Dan Ige, who's got quite a healthy relationship with someone like Khabib Nurmagomedov. Do you expect him to try and implement a wrestling heavy strategy and really work a bit of pressure towards you?
I really don't care. I really don't worry about that. Just worry about what I'm gonna do, you know. I really don't care. I know if I go there, I give my best. I want to win this fight, and I really don't worry about him.
And are you confident that you will still carry an immense amount of power down to featherweight, even with a slightly bigger cut? I know you said you're very comfortable with the cut at the moment, but how do you feel about the power going down another weight class?
Yeah, I really feel the same. It's funny because when I start training, I was scared to lose a little bit my strength, lose a little bit my speed. But it's the opposite. I feel my strength still the same, and my speed I get faster because of course I'm lighter, and that's gonna be a surprise. I feel great. I'm in the training. I'm more than ready for this one.
And has there been any, or let's say, what has been the most difficult part about this training camp? Obviously, with the situation going on, what has been the most difficult part for you?
For me, it's not really difficult because, like I said, the American top team is the best team in the world. We do everything right in South Florida to make us train, you know. I don't stop training 1 second on this pandemic. You know, the world get crazy about the coronavirus, but the American top team, the people still working hard like always. And like I said, it's normal camp, just one more camp. This is the different because you have to call me 3 weeks ago, you know. You don't give him much time, like 100% and focus in camp. But like I said, I always ready to go.
And last question, Edson, if you could have a dream featherweight matchup in your home of Brazil, who would that be?
Anybody in the top 5. Anybody.
Fantastic. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, Edson, that's all we have for you today. Thank you.
Thank you.